The cost of going to Disney World is getting seriously outrageous. I mean, stupendously absurd what these prices are coming in at. And it has families shaken up. Even Disney World is kind of shaken up because people are not paying to come to these places anymore because it's too pricey. I mean, let's just look at some of these news headlines that are coming out. Has the cost of Disney World become unaffordable for the average American family? Great question. This was a family of four's budget and what it cost them to come. So they shelled out $200 for the private transportation because park hopper tickets cost $2,500 for the 5 days they attended. Their 4 nights of lodging inside the resort cost $3,700 for the parents and 2 kids. Once inside the park, they spent $300 on the Genie Plus passes in order to skip lines, $950 on sit-down meals, another $700 for snacks and souvenirs, which brought the whole cost of the trip to $8,500. You put airfare in there and it's about a $10,000 trip. Even Bob Iger, former CEO, and actually I think he might be coming back even. Bob Iger even admitted that Disney theme park pricing moves were a little too aggressive. All right, Bob, do something about it then. It's gotten seriously so bad that Disney World is even shutting down the Galactic Star Cruiser, which was the Star Wars hotel they opened up in March of 2022. They're shutting it down in September of 2023. Didn't even make it 18 months. Prices start around $4,800 for a 2-person weeknight, ranging up to $6,000 for premium 2-night experience. I mean, whatever happened to Disney World, where dreams come true? I guess it's only fitting, ironically, that 3 years ago they changed it so it's no longer their slogan when you enter the park. It is now the most magical place on earth. It's not very magical for our wallets, man. I mean, this is crazy. 10 grand for a family to go to Disney World, that's absurd. So I don't want to be all doom and gloom because there's always a way to ball on a budget. There's always a way to figure things out. And so I asked ChatGPT to help me figure this out. How do we go to Disney World on a budget, be budget friendly, price conscious, but still have a load of fun? And so this is about the 3-hour conversation that I had with ChatGPT about planning my theoretical trip for my family to Disney World on a great budget. So the first thing I told ChatGPT, to give it context, is that I have a family of 4 and would like to take them to Disney World. However, I have some price concerns. My budget is only $3 grand. Can you plan a trip to Disney World on this budget? Right off the bat, Chat is like, hey, be happy to help. Awesome. Great, fantastic. But then it kind of goes into some trade-offs that we're going to have to make. Staying on the Disney property can be more expensive. The park tickets, you might not be able to get the park hopper tickets, sorry. And among other things. And then, given these variables, it makes some assumptions. So, assume let's drive to Orlando. Okay. Assume you stay in a budget-friendly hotel. Okay. Assume you visit the park for 3 days. Assume you bring your own snacks, and assume you set aside a small amount for souvenirs and other extras. Then it does some research, it browses the web, and it comes back with a budget. So the budget that it put together was $280 for accommodations, $1,300 for park tickets, $480 for food, $200 for extras, for a grand total of $2,200 plus travel. So right off the bat, it comes in under budget. Now I do want to do a little bit more deep dive into exactly how it arrived at these numbers, because that does seem kind of cheap, especially when we're hearing 10 grand to go to Disney World. But before I get into that, I want to let you know that if maybe you're planning a trip to Disney World and you need ChatGPT's help to figure out how to go to Disney World on a budget and how to plan out the entire trip so that it makes sense, I'm going to have all of these prompts and workflows that I used in this video in the link down below. That's right, so you can just click the link down in the description, and it's going to take you to a page on everydays.wtf, and you're going to be able to copy and paste the exact prompts and workflow that I used so that you too can use the power of ChatGPT to save yourself some money on your Disney World vacation. And you'll also be able to customize certain things. So maybe your budget's a little bit higher, maybe you have more members in your family, or maybe you want to go for a longer stay. So it'll make it super easy on you to just copy and paste this, use it in ChatGPT, customize it to yourself, and be able to enjoy Disney World without breaking the bank. Anyways, let's dive back into this budget because I'm a little skeptical. So first it said that it actually found some hotels for $59 a night off premises in Orlando. The prices of the tickets, it said $109 to $189. Now I haven't been to Disney World in a while, so I had to double check and make sure, and yes, they do sell a ticket for that price, so ChatGPT was right on that. Food, $20 a person, that sounds reasonable. So yes, this budget generally checks out. And so the next thing that I did was I gave it some theoretical dates. Let's plan this trip August 10th to the 14th, and can you find me a hotel that fits this budget during these dates, preferably at least a 3-star hotel. You know, we got to get that complimentary breakfast at least. And it said, sure, found a great option for your stay. Fairfield by Marriott Inn & Suites. And it said $94 a night. Now, once again, that seemed a little bit cheap, so I did some digging. I put in my dates on Google Travel, and then I put in my family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children. And it came back with $132. So it was off by $40, which isn't a huge deal. You know, that's $160 over the 4-day trip, but this is why you have to double check ChatGPT sometimes, because sometimes it's just a little bit off. But anyways, now knowing the price of the hotel, it redid my budget, and it gave me a total cost of $1,452, which seemed a little bit sparse, a little bit less than normal, or what it had said before. And I looked into it more, and it had actually messed up the calculation of how many days we were going to be going to the park. So I said, hey, there's an error in your math. We're going to be going to the park for 3 days. And then it redid the budget beautifully. And so it came back with a revised total cost of $2,164. Of course, this is with this $94 per 4 nights. So you add an extra $160 to it, and it comes out to about $2,300, $2,400. So we're still well under our budget, which is nice. And since I'm a Disney World novice, I had to make sure that this pass was going to be able to get us into all of the different parts of the park. You know, we don't want to be left out of anything. So I told her, hey, and what areas of the park would that pass give us access to? And it said all 4 of the theme parks, but you're only going to be able to visit 1 of them per day. So at this point, I wanted to see if ChatGPT could actually go a little bit deeper and now plan the itinerary, the daily itinerary of what we're going to be doing while we're at Disney World, just so that we could get the most bang for our buck, since we're only going to be there for 3 days. So I gave it a little bit more background on my family. I said I have 2 daughters under 10 years old. If we go to Magic Kingdom on day 1, what would you recommend for an itinerary of attractions they would enjoy? And lo and behold, it broke down an entire itinerary from morning to midday to afternoon to evening, and it did it by time. So at 9 a.m. the park opens. By 9:30, let's get to Peter Pan's flight. 10 a.m. It's a Small World. 10:30 Under the Sea. And so it just goes on and on. It even puts lunch in there and rest. And it ends the day with the Happily Ever After fireworks, which you gotta see. I went to Disney World some 20-something years ago, and I remember having to wait in line a lot. So I got to thinking, hey, maybe ChatGPT could continue this itinerary, but actually think through the wait times of having to actually wait in line. I know we're getting super nerdy, super into the weeds, but you know, maybe you're one of those families that likes to plan every single thing minute by minute. You know, going to Disney World's a big deal. So I started by Google searching how long all of the wait times were at these different Disney rides, and I actually found a pretty crazy website called Thrill Data that actually breaks down every single ride. So you can see It's a Small World, Astro Orbiter. And so if we click into It's a Small World, it says the current wait time is 15 minutes, average wait time is 23, and then it breaks it down by the time of day. And so I was super fascinated by this website, and I wanted to see, hey, could ChatGPT take the data from this website and now include it in the itinerary? So that's what I did. I said, I like the itinerary, however, you didn't account for the wait times. Please update it with the average wait times for these rides. And then what I did was I put the link in for each of the rides that it had listed. Peter Pan's Flight, It's a Small World, Under the Sea. It browsed those sites, and it actually was able to ingest that data and update the itinerary. Now, I didn't like how messy this was, so I asked it, hey, thanks for pulling the data, but can you make it look nice like you did before? Absolutely. And that's exactly what it did. So the park opens from 9 to 10 a.m., wait in line and ride Peter Pan's Flight. Average wait time, 55 minutes, which now allows us at 10:10 to go to It's a Small World. By 10:45, you can go to Under the Sea. Average wait time, 19 minutes. And it went on and it did it for all of it. So it actually put the average wait times in here. I mean, that's truly incredible. And of course, it ended off with saying, hey, remember to stay hydrated and take breaks as needed. Overall, this is pretty incredible. I think it not only helped us plan out what a budget looks like to go to a place like Disney World and not feel like you're beholden to the prices that they set, because the prices that they set are a little bit outrageous. And so ChatGPT succeeded on helping us find a budget that fit. But what's truly fascinating to me is that it could actually then plan an itinerary. It could ingest and figure out, hey, these are all the rides in Magic Kingdom. Oh, you have 2 daughters? I think these are the rides that are going to be the most interesting to them. So at that point, what I would do is build it out for the other 3 days. and then now you have a general itinerary. And so I got to give, ChatGPT a hand. I think it did a great job here. Once again, if you want to copy this exact same workflow, maybe you're planning a trip to Disney World, or maybe you know someone who is, and you want to be able to do this exact same thing, hit the link down in the description. You'll be able to copy and paste all the prompts and workflows that I use to plan a budget-friendly trip to Disney World, which apparently is pretty hard these days. But overall, this just goes to show, hey, there are very small, minuscule things that mean a lot to people that ChatGPT can help with. Did OpenAI design this tool to be able to help families create trips to Disney World? No, of course not. But look at the fact that it can. I mean, that's truly incredible, and it's would help some family out there. And I hope by making this video, maybe I do help a family out there save, $5,000 on their trip to Disney World and still make it a special occasion. So we'll give some snaps this time to ChatGPT. Good work. And this concludes the video on ChatGPT planning a Disney World vacation. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and don't forget to incorporate AI in some way.